Let's take you back to Krugersdorp, where over 80 people are appearing on various charges. This follows the gang rape of 8 women in the area last week. Malungelo Booi is outside the court as proceedings are still going on, but we could not film because those who are appearing before the magistrate are minors. But outside the court, Malu, various political formations, including the Patriotic Alliance, are there.
That's right, Duduzile. In fact, we've seen more political parties this time around as compared to the first court appearance. That was on Monday when these suspects appeared here in the Krugersdorp Magistrate's Court. I think it's also important to indicate that for now these suspects are only facing a charge of being in violation of the country's Immigration Act. I do want to bring in a member of the Patriotic Alliance, who's also here, Ricky Jefferson. Thank you so much for your time. I just want to get a sense from you, when you first heard about this particular incident as a person, how did you feel?
Very sad, because in the first place, this incident wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, you don't expect a lady from South Africa should feel unsafe in her own country, and over and above that, not even unsafe, been brutally attacked and abused with, rape. That is unacceptable.
What do you think the problem is?
National government, our security forces. If you go to SEPs, nothing is happening. Unfortunately, we need trained police officers. People need to follow the correct and the proper criteria with regards to training, skills, etc. Because there's different departments in SEPs. There's supposed to be a department that specifically deals with rape, with different types or different categories of crimes. But unfortunately, all the police officers are mixed, and we can't really blame the police officers themselves. You have to go back to the NEC, to the National Executive Officers. They need to iron everything out. And unfortunately, everything lies in the hands of all the politicians.
But also, this involves, we're told, Zamazamas. It talks about illegal in this country, isn't it?
Yeah, you see the Zamazamas, and I'm actually happy and glad that for the mere fact that you mentioned these Zamazamas and these illegal nationals. Because if you go back now from a patriotic point of view, if you go back last year, prior to the local elections, the manifesto of the Patriotic Alliance, Gayton McKenzie made it clear that day. One of the pointers was that undocumented foreigners were supposed to leave this country. But obviously with the necessary screening, etc., you understand what I'm saying? Because I myself, as a South African citizen, if I go to any other country, I need to follow the criteria. I need to consist of at least a proper passport, a visa, etc., and all the other requirements. Because, at the embassies in our country, you have to go to the embassies to apply for the necessary documentation. And if you go to African countries, they give you at least 30 days.
A quick one for me. What is it that you'd want to see happening here in this particular case?
We need to get rid of all the undocumented foreigners. They need to adhere to one of our manifesto pointers of last year prior to the elections. When we launched our manifesto in El Raru Park last year, Gayton McKenzie, our president, made it clear. Undocumented foreigners need to leave the country because they are draining our resources. It's not only the Zamazamas.
But hold on, but some of the people had been deported before and came back. What does that speak to?
That actually, you see, Gayton McKenzie again asked for a closed border policy. So ANC or whoever, a closed border policy is basically what I've just mentioned earlier with regards to proper criteria screening, passport, the necessary documentation, instead of coming, with a crocodile across the river.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. All right, that's Ricky Jaffa there. He represents actually Patriotic Alliance. Duduzile?
Thank you very much, Malungelo Booi.